NCERT book of Class 7 Geography begins with the chapter on environment. And in this chapter, we would see the meaning of environment, components of it, threats to environment, and the conditions like biotic and abiotic. And we would see more in detail about natural environment, domains of the environment, then biosphere, ecosystem, and then the human environment. What do you understand from environment? It means the surroundings or conditions in which person, animal or plant lives or operates. Or another way we can say environment is the place, people, things and nature that surround any living organisms. It is a combination of natural and human-made resource. Now, whatever we see in our surroundings makes the environment. It can be a table, chair, school, car, parks, newspaper, anything. It can be either man-made or natural. Now, when we say the environment, it is seen in two conditions. Either they are living or non-living. When we say it is a chair, it's a non-living thing. But an animal is a living thing. So these two conditions are called biotic and abiotic conditions. Biotic means the world of living organisms or all the living things. Plants, animals, fungi, bacteria, people, all these come in biotic condition. The world of non-living elements like rocks, water, air, sunlight, wind, land, soil, all these things come in abiotic conditions. Now, when we say about the components of environment, we have three components. They are natural, human-made, and human. Now, let us see the first one, natural. It is the natural surrounding. The word itself indicates whatever we see around naturally, they are natural surroundings like air, water, land, living things, and all. Now, the next one is man made. It includes all the things that are made by the human beings, like buildings, the house in which you are living, the pen which you are using, the book, everything is man made. And the most important one, that is human, which includes all human related values and beliefs. We have seen in previous classes how man with his skill and technology and knowledge transform other resources into better resources. So human being is that much important, and they are seen as individual, a family, belonging to a community, belonging to a religion or educational qualifications, political situations and economic scenarios. You find different categories and different groups of people. So they all come under human component. Now we move on to the next topic, that is threats to the environment. It means anything that disturbs our natural environment is a threat to environment. For instance, man-made things such as fumes are polluting the air, land is being consumed to build factories, etc. And over a period of time, we had many environmentalists who came forward to check the human activities and to improve the quality of the environment. Now, in these days of Corona lockdown, we find beautiful pictures like this, which really tells what is happening outside when human beings are in locked inside. The nature has started healing itself. Now the rivers are clean and animals are able to move freely. And you find even the hotspot tourist places are taken over by the animals. Now we move on to natural environment. Land, water, air, plants, and the animals make the natural environment. That word itself indicates what is naturally seen outside. They are all coming under this natural environment. And we every year we celebrate on 5th June as the World Environment Day. Now, when we speak about environment, it has got four domains which you have seen earlier in your previous classes. They are lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, biosphere. You know, lithosphere is a solid crust of the hard top layer of the earth. It is made up of rocks, minerals, covered by the thin layer of soil. Whereas hydrosphere are the water bodies, the waters on the earth's surface, such as lakes, seas, oceans, rivers, etc. The third one is atmosphere. It is a thin layer of the air that surrounds the earth. It consists of a number of gases, dust, and water vapor. Any change in the atmosphere produces change in the weather and climate. These days we speak a lot about climate changes, global warming and all. And the fourth one is biosphere. Plant, animals, water, earth and human life makes a biosphere, also known as the living world. Now let us see in detail what biosphere is. Plant and animal kingdom together make biosphere or the living world. It is a narrow zone of the earth where land, water and air interact with each other to support life. Here in this picture, you can see how atmosphere and the hydrosphere and the lithosphere joins together and forms the biosphere. Plants absorb carbon dioxide, the main climate altering gas, and produce oxygen instead. Trees and other plants slow the flow of rainwater to rivers, acting as a natural flood control. Now, dead leaves and plants add nutrients to the soil. Insects and animals burrow, helping the soil breathe. See, all the three are supporting each other. Now, the ecosystem. It's a system formed by the interaction of all living organisms with each other and with the physical and chemical factors of the environment in which they live, all linked by transfer of energy and material. Now we move on to the last topic, that is human environment. So it's actually human being who has got a lot of need. They modify the environment with their knowledge, skill and technology, and they make better resources. But what happens sometimes, as Gandhiji reminds us, there is everything for our need in the nature, but not for our greed. Human beings modify the nature into such a great extent that sometimes it becomes very harmful as well. Okay, let us look at this point. Human beings interact with the environment one day-to-day basis and modify. Now let us look at this point. Human environment. Human beings interact with the environment on day-to-day basis and modify it according to their needs. Due to modernization, our needs grew, so we learned new ways to fulfill our needs. We learned to grow crops and create a system wherein transactions take place. For example, barter system, trade and commerce, etc. Furthermore, we gather things as per demands. Example, to construct a building, we need raw materials including rocks and wood. For this, we may look to nature. We can get rocks from mountains and wood from cutting down trees. So it's actually human beings responsible for many of the threats that we find to the environment. And these days we reflect on how the nature has healed itself when human being withdrew. So our inventions, our modifications of the nature and our development, it should be constructive to the nature, not destructive. Each one of us responsible for protecting the environment. The remembrance of the environment shouldn't be only on 5th June. Rather, every day we should be doing something for the environment. Thank you very much.